Hey, welcome back to another stream, everyone.
Dave.
Hello, mate. Oh, you're sounding extra loud today.
Could you try again? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Siri jumping in there.
There we go. All good now, all good.
Did you hear Siri doing her thing there?
I could hear Siri, yes, giving us the little input there.
Siri wanted to come on stream as well.
It appears so, yeah. We'll have Grok, Siri. May as well get Alexa involved. Why not? Get all these
in there,
artificial forms of life going.
Yeah.
Why not? Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining. To those of you that have jumped in so far, Pappy, how we doing? Great to see you, Loki, Brucey, Infinity. I've never seen you in the stream before. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining, and do make sure you all drop a big thumbs up on the video. Go and hit the subscribe button now while we are warming up. It is massively appreciated. And, you know, Infinity, if you happen to be a new viewer, please do subscribe. It'd be great to welcome you back every single day. But, hello, mate. How are we doing?
All right. Not bad. You?
Yes, not so bad. Not so bad at all. Obviously, we had a bank holiday weekend, didn't we? It was sun shining. Mostly, partly, and yeah, you can't. On Saturday, I was indeed, yes, and yeah, so that was all right. Now back to hibernating,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was all good. What about you? What did you get up to?
You do much usual kind of football with the daughters and stuff like that. So
yeah,
nothing too excitable. It's nice these days to be able to have the weekends and not even bother looking at charts or any of that kind of rubbish. I'll just leave it all and more like a Monday to Friday kind of guy now.
Yeah,
very nice.
Very nice, mate. Yeah, very nice. I mean, we did get a drop down, didn't we, on Bitcoin over the weekend?
Yeah.
After we topped out just shy of, well, I think
it's not the worst thing in the world, because at least it then leaves a nice CME gap to kind of fill during the week at some point, doesn't it?
Yes. So if we go and look at the CME, yeah, we've got one obviously up towards 90, just shy 97,700. But we do still have this one open to the downside here as well. So I don't know whether we come and close this first or leave this behind.
I didn't even notice that one.
Yeah. So this one actually, this was a funny one. This one opened in the hour that it was shut on one of the days. So in the hour that it's shut every day, we had this gap open here. So Tuesday the 22nd, when the CME shut and then it reopened, Bitcoin gapped up massively. Now, we have come down and filled some of it all the way down to 92,500 and odd. But obviously we still have roughly 1K of a gap open between what opened
I see it now, Dave.
a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I think a lot of people haven't seen that because obviously, you know, you don't really associate a gap opening through the week, but we obviously got a big pump on Bitcoin in this hour, which then shifted this CME chart all the way up when it reopened.
Yeah.
So there is this gap
needs to come down to what is it, 91,415, is it?
Yeah, that's it. So it's a bit interesting, yeah, because obviously I suppose it depends on which way we go, doesn't it? You know, if we come down here first, then we could see, you know, something like a pretty standard, just, you know, from one gap to another, which would bring it into quite a nice little area. I've still got this marked out, waiting for this.
Well, funny enough, on Bitcoin, I have us. My personal view is where's my right chart? I was looking, so we didn't retest. We haven't swept Monday's low from last week yet. So I have the Bitcoin candle on the 4 hour from the 24th of April at 9 a.m. that we sweep that candle.
24th of April.
Which happens to be 91,640.
Oh, yeah, see it. Yes, see it. Yeah, which
coincides then with the CME gap.
Yeah.
So
CME gap, yeah. Obviously, it would be like if you look at, I think if we look on the daily, that would pretty much be a full run, wouldn't it? Yeah. It would be pretty much coming out taking today's blowout. then one here on the 30th, one here on the 28th. Has it? Hang on.
Oh, no, you're back now. That's it.
Let me just check. Am I on? Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, I am on my proper mic. So, yeah, this looks like, we'll give a full lick run, obviously, of this whole build-up that we've had. We come down, and then, if you go to the 4 hour, it would bring it into a nice little spot. So, I mean, we've got, obviously, FOMC coming tomorrow. SPX looks like it's potentially going to start having a bit of a retrace, doesn't it? So
yeah, to me, I mean, the weekly closes and the monthly close and everything on like total charts and stuff like that were bang on what I was hoping for. So, or they stayed above. What does the SPX look like on the daily? See, I still have a gap on the SPX down at 5,288 that we need to fill. That was from the 22nd to 23rd of April, kind of gap in trading hours.
Right, yeah.
But overall, I mean, the monthly close, the monthly candle on the SPX was just hilarious. What an absolute clown show that was.
Yeah, that was wild. Put it on the screen for anyone wondering. Where are we? There we are. I mean, the fact that it nearly closed positive is just crazy, isn't it? For how low it dipped. The fact that it nearly closed positive, it was only like $10 or whatever away from closing positive.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable, really.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. So, the good thing, I mean, going back to Bitcoin as well, on again the monthly, what are we? We are the 6th. So, within the next 5 or 6 days, we would ideally like to get the low in for the month.
Yeah.
I would say. Form the base of the candle, and then we can kind of start contemplating life from there. But it seems to me that we just need to form that base. I see some people are calling for mid-80s or whatever it is, wherever the weekly fair value gap sits on Bitcoin. I don't see us filling it all personally. But the thing is, 93,500 or whatever the yearly open was, it's clearly being supported. If you can't see that on a chart, then you probably don't understand TA. So the annual open's clearly holding on the daily. So if we're going to get a wick down and fill in or sweep some of those wicks, we've got to hold the daily above there. If not, then the absolute minimum hold level I have is 91,135. If we do not hold that, then we're back open to like low 70s again.
Yeah.
I just can't see all the work that was put in by the bulls to kind of to move the price where it needs to be moved to above that yearly open, that they're going to just give it up.
No, I think it would be pretty. I mean, if we go and look at the weekly chart, if this was kind of going to be like a top, then really all we've done is kind of put in like a macro lower high, haven't we? If this is going to be a top of the move, obviously here's the high, there's the low, there's the lower high. So then you are starting to potentially look, okay, across the next couple of months, are we coming to put, a lower low in back into this range somewhere here, which then, would obviously just completely just eradicate any sort of bullish idea, for the time being until we kind of pushed back up into
Completely
80s,
agree.
90s. Yeah, so
I just don't see why they would give up such a key level. I don't know whether that's just me having. I don't want to get directional bias again.
yeah.
But it just seems to make sense to me personally.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, like you can kind of see, this would obviously just be like a massive trap if that was the case, wouldn't it? But you may while you're already here, if you really wanted to trap people, you may as well just come and put in a double top. It's not even that far away.
No.
Like you may as well just come and completely wipe this out, get people uber bullish, and then if you wanted to drive it down, then just absolutely floor it from a double top.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can kind of see it from this standpoint because that would class as a lower high if that was the case, but I wouldn't really say like it's really like wrecked many people to the upside, has it? Like, if you wanted to really get people optimistic and uber bullish, you'd just come and wipe out while we're so close.
I still think it's what surprised me is the move that we made, or that accumulation range from like the end of like the 22nd of April onwards. That we was in a range, pretty tight range, for the best part of 10 days or 9 days, and then we had an expansion of what? If you go from the bottom of the wick, like 5%. It seems a bit of a half-assed effort.
Yeah.
And really surprised me. It was so weak. But what the hell do I know? I was expecting more.
Yeah, I was, because I was looking at it and I was kind of expecting it to maybe then go on into maybe take out this. Where's this wick?
Yeah,
like this kind of wick at 100. Just well, at least that one maybe, and then bang 100k on the head, and then just completely just drop it down, or I don't know. But yeah, we obviously didn't get that, so.
Yeah, like I say, it really surprised me that they that it hasn't swept more. If I remember correctly, I mean, if you pull a fib from, where was it? The low to high, high to low, it hits bang on like the golden pocket and rejected from there.
Right.
Which is that kind of inducement for bait shorts, potentially.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at it now, though, on here, there's probably argument to say that this gap was probably created on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then maybe this is it. Maybe this gap was created on purpose. They've obviously held price to stop it going filling it.
Yeah.
And then dropped it down, because obviously, whoever likes, the people that like to move the market, this kind of isn't an accident, if
nothing is by accident. This sort of thing, none of it's by accident, and it's just pure manipulation, isn't it?
Yeah. So, maybe they've left that as kind of like the bear trap.
Well, the thing is,
and go and fill in this one.
I thought we would actually have gone up higher than we did before rejecting. But I'm pretty sure, I might have even said it on one of these streams, to be fair. There is a zone that on the daily between 91,200 and 92,200-ish, something like that. That has only, you had that silly weekend like candles that from like March where Trump was in full Fucksville mode. There is a price void that's it's had so many wicks into it on so many occasions. Let me just quickly, I'll chuck my screen up.
Yes, mate. Sure, go for it.
Oh, I don't share screen.
Let's take a look.
Gosh. Let me know when I'm up and running.
Yep, you're live. You're live and direct.
So this zone here, this purple zone, where we've not had any closes apart from these two candles that went through it.
Yeah.
But you just had wicks, wick, 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 wicks. Even like retest here was a wick.
Mm-hmm.
This area is full of unmitigated orders, and therefore there's like rocket fuel in here.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe with that CME gap, if it's like 91,400 plus the 4 hour 200 moving average is in range now.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this is the move that the zone that has been left behind and created for the fuel to exit the range.
Yeah, I mean, personally, if we get that, that drop down into there, we fill that CME gap, I will definitely be bidding.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, with the target of taking out 100k.
Yeah. It seems the right thing to do for me. There's too much there, in my opinion, that's just begging to. I've had this marked out on my chart since December time, wherever it was when it first got created, and it just seems like it's begging to just get whipped into, and that might be the fuel to take us out.
Yeah.
But then, what's the narrative? Is what's the FOMC kind of? No, they do the prediction thing or whatever it is, or the likelihood of rate cuts.
Yeah. So it is. I'll get it up now. It's 90. Well, when I checked before, I doubt there's been much change. 95.5% expectation of a hold. Yeah. I'll chuck it up now. Hang on, I can swap over to mine really quickly, and then we'll chuck yours back on. But yeah, this is obviously 95.5% expectation of a hold, and then a slight chance of a 25 basis point cut.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's being accounted for so far.
The thing is, to me, is you look at all of this and you go, with that monthly candle on the SPX, right? It's the way that the gap or the candle was recovered for the month in such an aggressive fashion, and like you say, almost ended the month green. We're not in it was a correction, it was a profit taking, and I'm not saying that people are ready to go balls to the wall, like risk on, but it feels like the fact that was just recovered so well, it wouldn't take much for people to go flips in. So it wasn't really many things that suddenly came out and went, right, we're really bullish. It weren't like, oh, we've just done trade deals with India or whoever it may be. It was just brought back up again. So are we at the point of a couple of the right narratives that come in could send it and drag everything down, drag everything up? I don't know. It seems like it's setting up that way, or we've just made a lower high and all runs over. Yeah.
But
we don't want to think about that, Dave. We want to think positive thoughts.
Yeah. What's interesting is as well, currently at the moment, is that June is being priced in for a hold as well. So there is a larger, obviously this is the next meeting after this one. There is a larger expectation of a potential 25 basis point cut at the moment for June's meeting. But as it stands, the market is pricing in just the Fed holding until, let's have a look, July. When currently, obviously a lot changed between now and July. We've got a couple of CPI prints, 2 Fed meetings, all other data. But currently, as it stands, July is the earliest meeting from when the market is pricing in an actual cut from the Fed, being 25 basis points. It'll be interesting to see what they do, though. But I think, given the way that the market, recovered so well and stuff like that, that probably gives Powell a lot more room to just carry on doing what he's doing. And, there's not really any need for them to panic or make any rash decisions now.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's kind of swung the weight back in Powell's favour when obviously Trump was kind of trying to force his hand, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then I suppose the next thing that I need to look at is what is happening on the bonds.
Yeah, shall I throw your screen back up?
Do you want, mate? Yeah.
Throw it up. There we go. We're on.
So, bonds are not really doing much. They're just kind of ranging on the 10-year. 20-year going up, 30-year. It's just everything I look at just screams to me indecision, and we're not done. I'm not convinced. It's gonna. There's so many people still sidelined, and like talking to Wiz this last week, with him being like token 49 and stuff, and saying that there's been no altcoins like that are there and spending money and stuff like that. So the overall sentiment seems to be a bit neggy still.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be the right time to kind of just catch people out and pump it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, dominance continues this upward grind to. I mean, look at the state of this trend line. How much knobbery is taken to create that? It's just sensational.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting, isn't it? But it like, I mean, you could see it going higher than a lot, like anyone even expects. Like the demand for Bitcoin is just so great, isn't it? Like the demand for Bitcoin just far outweighs any other altcoins. I mean, obviously, that's kind of what it's been like, historically. When we go back and have a look, but this time is kind of different. There's so many other different factors why Bitcoin is just still so in demand when we're over 2 years into the cycle. It's kind of interesting to see if that is ever actually given up or what. But I mean, you can kind of tell what altcoins would be rotated into. I don't think we're going to see like a rising tide lift all boats type of thing. But if you were taking your money out of Bitcoin and going to rotate it into something, you would want kind of something that was a bit more of a sure bet, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, your ETH, Solana, Sui, all, the normal ones. I don't think we're going to see, obviously, we still have meme coins, 10,000x in, 1,000x and whatever. But I don't think we're just going to see that rising tide lift all boats type of thing.
It just doesn't look like it's showing any signs of abating whatsoever.
No.
It's just chugging along. And the thing is, in my opinion anyway, the problem with this, the way it is, this kind of move here, at some point, you're going to just get, it could just carry on going up like this, and then you could just get that shooting start, and then hopefully rejection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of what we got last time, but then obviously it just carried on. That big blow off wick that we had, and then obviously it just carried on. I mean, how many weeks in a row is that now? That is quite a few weeks in a row that it's just been green constantly. Hello, Nick. How we doing, Nick K? Thank you very much for joining. do make sure you all take a moment to go and drop a like on the stream as well. Let me check how many likes we're on. So we are on 4 likes. Oh, come on, guys. We've got 28 viewers and 4 likes. Me and Justin are going to go on a silent protest until we get these likes up to at least 50.
As long as it's not a dirty protest, Dave.
Yeah, no, yeah. We're not going to be stripping off, don't worry. It's not that type of stream. But, yeah, we're going to go on a bit of a silent protest until we get these likes up. So it's up to you guys. You know, you guys, come on, show us that you want us to continue entertaining you. Yeah. Go and take a second and drop a like.
But the thing is, unless this drops, this is a major issue for the bull run. If this doesn't reject soon, then it's not good at all.
Yeah.
So I always thought 66%, but we're 1% away now. It's not far off at all.
Yeah, and the killer thing is as well, is that it's not really going to go down even like remotely soon, because even, you know, if it breaks to the upside, it's going to carry on going up until it kind of reaches a peak and then kind of levels off again.
Yeah.
So, you know, wherever that is, like 120, 130, 140, 150, wherever you think it may go, dominance will just carry on, you know, grinding up and probably accelerate actually pretty fast until we kind of get that leveling off that we would, you know, you'd like to see. Obviously then distribution, and then that's when money comes out of Bitcoin into altcoins.
So 2017, I mean, it's really hard to kind of measure it against other cycles as well, isn't it? Because there was just not as many different tickers as there are, or alts as there are now.
Yeah. Also, as well, you know, you've got the ETFs, you've got, you know, just Sailor, just full loading up and blasting. You've got other companies doing the same now.
Yeah.
The demand, it really is just for Bitcoin. And it's a case of how do you kind of get that demand, apart from just normal players, you know, just normal people in the, not like the average Joe, but, you know, the people that make the market, you know, the big movers. Obviously, you know, they'll rotate into where they see that they can make the money from. But how do you really get that proper push on altcoins to where people are like, okay, this is actually a really good altcoin move?
Well, the thing is as well, like, I mean, some of our mutual friends, or a mutual friend that we know, who has some contacts, there are like some of the OGs in the space have never ever owned any other cryptos outside of probably Bitcoin, maybe a tiny bit of ETH and Solana. That's it. They've not bothered with everything else. So it does kind of scream to me like, what else is like? At what point will they just go? The other altcoins really just don't matter, and therefore they have no value, and therefore Bitcoin dominance just keeps rising. But there's obviously a lot of other people, VCs, that have put money in that will want their money out before. It's not filling with joy at the moment. Is what I'll say.
That's the thing, innit? Is like it, and that's what I was saying before. Like, if you was taking profits out of Bitcoin, unless you were going to put it in, say, ETH, Sol or something, you're not just going to go and be exit liquidity for some 10 million market cap shitter because you want it to go to 200 mil. Because the likelihood is that, you know, people are just going to sell into you, and then that thing's going to go to near enough zero.
Yeah.
So, you know, probably, you know, we'll obviously potentially see a good run on the main ones, but are you going to see anything aside from meme coins doing crazy numbers? I don't know if I see it or not. But, you know, the good thing is the market really doesn't care what I think. So if you are not
the same, I care about what you think.
Oh, thank you. And I'm sure hopefully everyone else does watching. But, you know, in terms of what will happen, we'll have to see. Hello, Wizzo. We've got Wizard in watching from the beach. It's all right for some, innit? It's
What's
all right for
Fuzzy
some.
Swappers?
I know, it's all, yeah. You cheeky boy.
What about ETH, Dave? How are you feeling about ETH at the moment?
Yeah, I kind of just think it's in the same boat. I don't think really anything has changed for ETH at all.
Yeah.
Like, we're still seeing it weak in the market. It didn't even really, like, take advantage of that Bitcoin pump fully, did it, really?
No.
Like, you know, we could have really saw, especially when Bitcoin was consolidating. You know, we had a good week or so of Bitcoin consolidating before we got that kind of final push up a couple of $1,000.
Yeah.
And even then, you know, we didn't see any kind of like singular push on ETH. I don't know what ETH Bitcoin's doing. Let me take a look.
Let's have a look, Dave. I've got it on my screen.
Have you got it?
It's
So it's
stabilizing. It's
Yeah.
You could, if you put on your positive pants, Dave. You could say, are we building a base here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
But
I mean,
at the
I
same
think
time,
for as long as Bitcoin stays kind of steady, and kind of steady in the words of we don't start really, you know, breaking some key levels and dipping back into like the mid 80s or whatever, as long as we can kind of hold above like, you know, 90, 91k, any sort of weakness on here is fine, because, you know, it'd probably just be like, you know, as a case today, Bitcoin's down just under 1%, ETH's down 2.5. But, you know, Bitcoin's still in a good position where, you know, a reversal here probably, you know, takes everything up just as quick. But if we do get, you know, a drop off on Bitcoin, then yeah, ETH's probably just going to get put to the sword again.
it just doesn't look good, does it?
So, I find it interesting that it's still not really gained anything, and you know, kind of what is it going to take for it to get any sort of bounce? But yeah,
The thing is, it's all hanging on basically this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Bitcoin going to come down and sweep here? That is the great white hope of crypto at the moment, because with dominance so high, yes, you're going to get your coins that kind of fly for whatever reason, as exit liquidity or whatever. But in reality, what we really dealing with here, and it is you need to have Bitcoin do something, and then Bitcoin dominance to shit the bed hard. And this I can't believe that we are still here and we're still grinding up. This is just not good. What is this?
Yeah, I mean, for context, for anyone wondering, the last time that Bitcoin was around these levels in February, ETH was $2,800. So we're kind of like a K lower on ETH, even though Bitcoin has got back to the same point. And I'm guessing that probably goes for a lot. Like if we look at Solana was at around 180, something like that. So yeah. ETH's not alone in that, you know, it's not alone. It's not just like ETH is performing badly and everything else is performing great. But obviously, ETH performed quite bad for a while. So yeah, we'll see anyway. We will see.
Are you still bullish overall, Dave?
I don't know whether I still think that we'll probably get. I don't know. I'm kind of questioning it. I'll be honest. I have started to kind of question it. I think we might see like a really normal, boring summer again, and then if we are going to kind of make that another leg, they might just kind of drag it out until the end of the year. Like this might just be one massive tease, and we might just carry on chopping around here. So
then it just keeps pushing it back and back and back and back.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's kind of how long do you drag it on for? Because come January next year, Bitcoin will have pretty much been in a 3-year bull market, and it's just not going to go up forever, is it?
No.
So it's kind of like, is it kind of riding its luck a bit? Sean says he liked and still sunbathe, and he's still not painted the deck, and his wife's fuming. Well, mate, it's still sunny and hot, isn't it? Did you tell her? Did you tell her that you can't, you can't paint decking while it's sunny and hot?
Need the right atmospheric conditions.
You do, otherwise the paint will start peeling. Wiz says lots of OTCs flying around at token, so a lot of potential future seller pressure. Well, yeah, I mean,
what people trying to get out with, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, all that is just like, give us your stables. You can have these tokens, whatever, and then it's kind of just like, whatever happens, good luck.
Yeah, I think some of it. I know there was a lot going around of these kind of OTC deals, where a lot of the Coles were trying to get out, but the unlock or the vesting period weren't great.
That's it. That's it. And a lot of these will probably be like, either like a small portion up front or a cliff, and then like you'll have a vest of like 4 to 6 months. It's just not worth it. You don't know where the market's going to be at.
No.
In my opinion, the only way an OTC now is worth it is if you get all the tokens up front, and you can and you just. But obviously they're not going to do that because they know what's going to happen. People will just dump them. But it'll be interesting to see what happens, because if they can't shift them and they need money, then they're just going to end up crushing their own token, aren't they? Because they're just going to have to swallow the liquidity up themselves, and just market sell it. So it'd be interesting to see. I mean, that's why I go back, to these older tokens, like something like this, like DOT.
Well, the amount of bullishness that I've seen people go on about with DOT, and it's like, am I missing something?
Like where does the power come from for this to? I mean, even to get a drive back towards this kind of range high that we've had here, back towards $10, that would be a huge achievement in itself, considering it's back at its 2020 lows.
The thing is, some of the Dino coins obviously pumped like Billio, didn't they? Especially the US ones when Trump came in. So there's clearly a lot of other Dino coins that haven't had their exit pumps yet, because people will be trapped in them, obviously, from the last cycle. So I would, my personal view is you're going to get probably a lot of these older ones will get a ripping, like face ripping candles at some point in time.
Wiz says there was one for a top 50 project which was 80% off. Well, come on, tell us which one it was.
Which one?
If they're openly going around Token 2049 offering this to other people, it's not exactly like a really good kept secret, is it? So come on, Wiz, which one? We'll go and have a look at the chart. I mean, 80% off is pretty good. It just depends on the cliff and the vesting, I suppose. We've got Jimmy. It says Zup hodlers. Do you know what? That's a term I haven't heard in ages. No one says hodl anymore. Began with an S. Well, what is it? So Sui, Say, Sonic. Oh, I bet it was Sonic. I bet it was Sonic. Why did you not just tell us? It's not going to be a very good kept secret, is it? If they're going around just openly offering it to people.
Right, I'm going to go on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to go right through the top one. So we've got Solana.
It's Sonic. It's Sonic, mate. He says it went by a former name beginning with F, so Phantom to Sonic. Phantom to Sonic. I mean, 80% off is pretty. Let's pull the chart up. Do we have it on here? S.
I've not looked at Phantom Sonic for a long time.
Here it is. Here it is. Let's go and have a look. So pull up the daily. So they are currently offering it for, what's that? What would that be? 10 cents? 80% off? Yeah, if my maths is correct anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're currently offering 80% off. What's the terms, Wiz? What's the terms of this? Because this must have had a long vest, surely. Because that is a, I mean, that is a, if it falls below there, then it's just dead in it. So you may as well just accept it. But I mean, that is a pretty decent chunk of percentage off.
Yeah.
Come on, spill the beans.
4 years.
What was it? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you get 20% this year. You get 20% this time next year. You get 20% in 2027. A year. Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Not worth it. I mean, even with 80% off, what happens if it ends up down here and then you've just, you've spent a year kind of stressing or waiting for this unlock, and then you end up like 50% up, and then still, just not worth it, is it? A year is crazy. Unless it's like vesting over a year, and then you get like a decent chunk up front. Like you say, if you got 50% up front, and then the rest was across a year, then that's not bad, because at least then you can sell 50% straight away. But still, yeah, I don't see the attraction in that. That is pretty crazy.
And what the thing is, what do they know, and how much are they taking off the table to do it?
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? We got this lovely pump up here. Well, who was selling on the way down here? Was it the foundation? If they're looking to raise capital, I mean, this got pretty much just fully reversed as fast as it went up. So, of course, that was all theoretical. Was vested. He's not very good with details, is he? Like, he's just kind of just been leading us along, like
it's like Hansel and Gretel with.
I know, here's a little bit of information. Okay, right, can we have some more, please? Here's a little bit of information. Oh, can we have some more, please? Just tell us what it was.
Stop teasing.
I know, just give us the terms, and we still won't do it. He's such a tease, and it's because, you know what it is, mate? It's because he's sat on a beach and we're not, and now he thinks he's better than us. That's what it is.
Well, he's full cold mode, isn't he?
Yeah, that must be what it is. He's sat on a beach enjoying himself while we're here streaming, and now he thinks he's better than us. It's the only explanation, really. So, there we go.
Very nice. What else are you looking at, Dave? Or are you literally on Bitcoin and that's it?
Yeah, just Bitcoin.
I'll tell you what I did have an alert on the other day. I don't know what it's looking like now. Was OM.
Oh, right, okay. I haven't looked at that.
OM's getting increasingly closer to my.
It actually swept the wick, didn't it? Yesterday. Yeah. Didn't notice that.
Yeah. So I am looking around about 33, 34 cents.
33.
Don't front run me. I'll hurt you.
Yeah, it can't. This is approaching a really interesting area, isn't it? Actually, because given that it swept that wick too, like very slowly, kind of just want to see it. Obviously, for you to, for it to come down to your 11 would be great, but kind of just want to see it like kind of just level off a bit for whatever, and just show like some demand coming in from somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated to watch what happens with this. Because in like an uber bullish market, it wouldn't really be that hard for them to. You could get a real decent push on this, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, what's the? If we go to CoinMarketCap, Type it in ON mantra. So the market cap now, Dave, is 374 million.
Oh, that is brutal, that, isn't it? Considering
so
it was what?
It was a top, billion?
Yeah, it was like a top 20 or 25 coin.
Yeah.
So if we go and have a look, let's see.
So it's now 125.
Oh, that is insane. Yeah, so it would have been around here, like in the 20s, like maybe probably stuck between like Polkadot and these type of tokens, whatever. That is brutal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be fascinated to see what happens with it. And yeah, it kind of is like, you know, give or take, obviously another 10-20% drop is kind of around like a do or die position in it, because
I'm happy to punt at that point.
Yeah, because I was going to say you take the decision to kind of, you know, take a gamble on it and 2x long it, or even obviously even a spot play, but you know, in terms of a leverage play, like a 2x from this point here, you've got down to just below 20 cents, and if it does that, then it is just kind of fully dead in it. Like there's kind of no coming back for it. But if they are going to try and resurrect it a bit, then, you know, you may be able to swallow some short-term drawdown if it does fall into, you know, the mid to lower 30s.
To me, the risk to reward is there at that point.
Yeah.
But there are some other ones.
I mean, when you look at it, so for me personally, what would I do with this? If I was to take a gamble on it, I would 2x long it. Not to say I am from here, but if I was, that's what I would do. I would 2x long it. So up to 60 cents, there's a full 100% P&L. There's your 50% gain.
Yep. And the thing is, it doesn't take much for it to...
Yeah.
To because of the market cap now. And as you know, I took a swing on a couple of spot positions the other day on like some projects that were nowhere near the size of this, but are down so bad.
Yeah.
That you go, well, even if it if you got projects that were hundreds of millions and they're now sort of like, and you know that they have some sentiment of use and people are decent backers still, and now into the hundreds of thousands. It doesn't take much to pump some of these things up because it's such a low market cap. I mean, we could probably pump it ourselves, Dave, but I don't want to be exit.
But yeah, I mean, there's your 200% P&L, and that's even still below $1.
Yeah.
So then there's your 300% P&L. So, you know, say you were using $500 or whatever. At this point, round about $1 from here, that's when you get to $1,500 green P&L. So obviously profit. Then 200% and so on. Just pretty much every 50%. You get the idea. But
yeah,
you know, even still, then we're only back to $1.18, and then there's your 4x in P&L terms. You know, there's your $2,000 plus profit. From say $500 on 2x, whatever. So, and that's still, if we zoom out on this candle now, it just keeps going and going and going. I mean, look at that.
It looks particularly grim.
That doesn't even look like a little blow, does it?
Really? It's a rounding error, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that. Whereas
I don't know if there has been any positive sentiment that's kind of come out about it yet, or kind of we realise the error of our ways kind of thing, and we've kind of fixed it.
Yeah, I have no idea, but there's kind of like what would make sense from a push-up standpoint. You know, we'd come up if it was going to get something, and obviously this was, strong support for a long while.
Nice 10x from there, isn't it?
Give it a retest of that, which then you would probably think ultimately would fail. I don't know, unless they work the magic again. Back in here, then you just reopen this kind of range, don't you, again? between here where it was bang, 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 flip, melted through, but then you kind of open it back up to here. I don't know. I mean, they've done it once. Can they do it again? I mean, it would be, in terms of storyline, it would be pretty epic. I mean, a coin that went 400x, dropped 90-odd% in a day, and then they kind of do some work to resurrect it. It would be a good storyline.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's too fictional or not, but
we'll go with fictional, Dave. You might as well.
Yeah. So
joys.
I don't know. I mean, it does kind of look like, yeah, maybe this was, because I imagine what they were doing here is if they have capital to push back into it. First, what you want to do is just let time capitulation happen in it. So this is probably just like people that have just completely given up and lost hope and just getting rid of the bags and just, you want to kind of let it bleed down to a point of where you kind of think you're not pumping it just to have it fully retrace and just exit liquidity. Where obviously from when this happened to here, a lot of holders have sold the bags into the price.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of people that was holding have been just completely just, capitulated in
hopes
here.
And dreams have been well and truly crushed.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see though. We will see.
Yeah.
But I'm fascinated I'm going to keep tabs on it. I'm fascinated.
I've got bids set. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, whatever. But I think it would be foolish to just ignore it, because I think there's enough risk rewards there to warrant a swing at it. Personally,
yeah, we'll see. We'll keep tabs on it on the stream.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. What would? Oh, you've got to go in a minute, haven't you?
Yeah, I've not got too long. But a lot of alts where they look like they was gaining some daily levels look like a bag of bones again. That looked great.
A bag of bones.
So, FET looks relatively strong. When is it tomorrow, FOMC?
It is, mate, yes.
Yeah, kind. Just trying to
Tomorrow at 8 o'clock our time it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will see what happens anyway.
Yeah. Well, the other ones I've kind of keeping my beady eye on are Jasmine.
Okay, yeah.
That it still might drop a bit further, but I think I'm going to wait for alts just look awful again. Alls and alls is at an okay level if it holds here. But most other stuff looks like an absolute bag of shite again. It just, to me, we've got to put in some strength on altcoins, and I'm not Bitcoin on alts, or we are rapidly running out of time and if Bitcoin now was to lose like that level we said around about 91 and you start coming down, I genuinely think it's all over at that point. So I don't see how you recover from there. Well,
the main issue isn't it, is that structural change then, because you have put in, we've put in, if we go to the daily, hang on. We've obviously came, slap bang into supply, wherever you want to put that. But in terms of the weekly, this is like kind of teetering on, being like a lower high, which also fits quite perfectly in with being a complacency bounce, doesn't it? Like, is this kind of complacency where everyone turns sure that we're going higher, and the run's not over and stuff like that. I think one of the main things that scares me is when you do just zoom out and you look at that and then you think, well, at some point, obviously, the run is over, innit?
I'm still saying we are going up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, to play devil's advocate.
I just, to be honest with you, I can't wait for the ball run to be over and then just look forward to shorting everything.
Yeah, I mean, it really, when you look at it, that last weekly candle doesn't even look that good.
No.
Like, that looks pretty.
But you are back into. I mean, you only look at the wicks to the left, Dave.
Yeah.
You can see what a high liquidity area it is.
Mm-hmm.
So actually building a base at that point shows what energy sits in that zone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, you can see it potentially being both, but I still think like.
We're positive here, though, Dave. Aren't we?
I still think max pain would be to rip it up and just take out the high and then just to put in like another one of these. Like, it would be pretty wild. But that's where you will get, because I still think, like, even though we see a lot of positivity and everything on this move up, I still don't think it's anywhere near type of like euphoria or anything that you would associate with a market top, is it?
No.
So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see anyway. Yeah, it's just we'll always look at both sides.
Yeah. Well, it'll be what it'll be. It's just like I say,
I suppose though, obviously, upside targets are very objective because, someone would say 120, someone would say 130, someone might say up to 200, whatever. But say in the scenario this is topped, where would you expect price to drift down to over the next 1 to 2 years?
I still think I have got around about $18,000, I think it was.
That would be insane, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would look so wild on the chart. That, like, imagine, not that low, but that would look so wild on the chart.
But it's I think it's actually destined to happen, personally.
What, all the way back down here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, that would bring max fear, wouldn't it? That would bring max fear.
But it's also that there is open spots, like from a TA standpoint.
Yeah.
There is gaps down there that need to be filled. So TA's TA, and its price will probably 99.9% chance it goes back down there. Yeah.
I mean, obviously everyone's favourite subject, MicroStrategy, but I mean, if that was to happen at the current entry price, they'd be 72% down.
Yeah.
And then I think what we'd see then is a lot of like, I think like that would be max fear, wouldn't it? Because that would be like they're gonna get liquidated. Because imagine if they had to sell Bitcoin from there. Then I don't want to become too like doom or gloom or whatever, but then the sell pressure added on top of that. I don't know. I don't know where we'd go from there.
Zero.
I think we'd be zero. I mean, well, this is the danger in it when someone starts playing around like this. I think this is the danger. But yeah, we will soon see. Anyway, let us know in the chat. Are you positive? Are you bullish? What are your thoughts and feelings? Let us know in the chat. I'd love to know.
My feelings are, I unfortunately have to depart, Dave. But
yes, no worries, mate. Well, big thank you for coming on as usual.
Short one today because I have some home stuff to deal with.
Yes.
But I shall chat to you during the week, and then I will try and be in the chat tomorrow when you're No, you won't be on during FOMC, will you?
Yes, I will.
Oh.
I will. I'll be streaming. Yeah, so I'll be doing my streaming normal, and then I will be jumping on for like an hour or so.
Okay. I will definitely partake with you, Dave, because that could be interesting. That might give us the whipsaw. I say my positive pants say we want to liquidate, tap into that 91, 92k area, and then that's the fuel for our.
Fill the CME gap and rip it up.
Yeah, send it to a billion.
Yeah, let's have it.
And then I don't care if Bitcoin dominant stays at 67% or whatever it is. It can drag everything else up with it.
Exactly. It's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, I've got to bounce. Thanks a lot, mate. Pleasure as always.
Cheers, mate.
I'll catch you through the week, yeah?
To have you on, yes. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.
See you, mate. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye. And that was Justin. Do not go anywhere. I'm staying on. I'm staying on as usual. Do not leave. But I do have just put the vote into the chat if you want to vote on the US Open. So are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? Let me know in the chat as we stay looking at Bitcoin. I would love to know your thoughts and feelings on the market. Please do drop it in. And yeah, we will obviously got 20 minutes until US Open. So we'll carry on looking at whatever. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll hand it to you guys in the viewership. You let me know what you'd like me to look at. Get involved, get in the chat. You tell me. I am just going to get a drink of water, but I'm still here. And we will look at whatever we need to look at. But I want to know what you guys want me to look at. The floor is yours. But yeah, don't be so shy. Come on, come and get active in the chat. Come and get active in the chat, everyone. We will be moving on to look at... I'll tell you what, we'll go and have a look at the Mag 7 pre-market. We'll go and have a look at them first. And then, yeah. Right. Let's go. Right, we'll look at the Mag 7 now. And then, Zane says swarms. Okay, we'll have a look at swarms, Zane. And Wiz says he's longed fat coin. So we'll go and have a look at that. Right, let's go and take a look. Do make sure if you haven't already, please do drop a big like on the stream. It would be much appreciated. Right, let's go and have a look. So, what have we got pre-market? We've got Nvidia down a little bit. I don't think... Have we had much movement? Apple down a little bit. Meta down $8. Doesn't look... We've not got the massive amount of movement pre-market. No. So nothing major, nothing really to, report on. Bitcoin is looking like it's really just trying to hold on here, is what it looks like. It's doing its best, isn't it? It's doing its best. It kind of reminds me of when you got a wobbly tooth and it's hanging on by a thread. Let's go and have a look. Let's see Fartcoin. So Fartcoin has come down. Yeah, from this 120. I was interested to see where I marked Fartcoin out from, because I did have it marked out. I think it might have gone above, to be honest, where I was looking. But this thing has the potential to really drop like a stone, doesn't it, if things turn bad. Save with Crypto says, are you still in your short from 97k? I am, mate. Yes, I am. I will be looking to monitor that around the lower CME gap if we get there. But for now, just leaving it. I kind of just left it open and tried to not look at the market so much over the weekend. But I don't think we are necessarily just over. But I do think, if we get this kind of fill on the CME gap upwards, and then, I mean, who knows, but you would imagine maybe coming at least try and close this out, wouldn't you? And then whether we go on from higher from there or whatever, whether we come into here or roll over or come into here and then just carry on upwards towards 100k is a different story. But I mean, this looks like a logical bounce point, doesn't it? Is it too obvious? I don't think so, because I don't think a lot of people have kind of noticed this or paid attention to it. So I don't think this is as obvious as what it may look of filling the CME gap and reversing, because I don't think many people have realized this gap was created on that Tuesday. But ETH's getting slammed, isn't it? So coming into quite key bit for ETH now. Obviously, Stonksy's caught some great trades of recent. Is it still red on Bitcoin? Let's let it load out. Yes, still red. Oh, the arrows come in there as well, which is interesting. Yeah, ETH's getting a bit hammered. Down nearly 3% now. I mean, Bitcoin going to... Where would I expect ETH to go if Bitcoin goes to that? I think this looks kind of like a natural... Obviously, we have, this area, don't we, of where ETH was kind of hitting a ceiling all along here. But in terms of, obviously, coming into here as well, that kind of looks kind of nice. Whether we go a bit deeper or not, cut in like fully into this grey box would be another question. But again, that's probably reliant on Bitcoin falling further and not holding where it is at the moment. Zane is 20x short from 97,100. Very nice, mate. But yeah, that is. I would be happy with that as well. I'd be happy with that if I were you. You should be happy with that. Great trade, mate. Well done. Really nice entry. WRD. Let's go take a look. WRD as in this stock, or is this... Yeah, so it must be this stock. This? No, that's WRDU. What is WRD, Wizzo? I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing... I don't know. I don't know what that is. Nor can I find it. Hello, Reggie boy. How we doing? The Reggie man's here. Howdy, guys. Hoping for a good day today for an OM candidate. Are you back in OM, are you? Are you back in OM, Reggie boy? Let us know. Are you trading OM again? Sui's... Oh, Sui was up decently yesterday, wasn't it? It was up like 5%. But again, another one that's retracing its gains now. So it is kind of interesting overall. I mean, Jupiter really struggled at this level. So this is a level that we've looked at on stream quite a lot. And as you can see, just the the sheer respect that it gave this on the daily from what we'd marked out was great, wasn't it? Just obviously we did wick higher into here, but overall around the closes and the wicks that came after, great respect on this 48 cents kind of level. We Ride, Chinese robot taxi co. We Ride. Oh, where it is. Let's see. Okay, and what about this Wizzo? I'm guessing you're in it. Oh, it's up nicely pre-market. You've definitely. Did you go and buy this at some point this week? If you did, you're up a nice, roughly, probably what, about 15%, something like that. Very nice. That had a really big fall off too, didn't it? But very, very nice, mate. I like it. Making money sat on the beach, aren't you? What more could you want? Never left. Have a 9x long. Open at entry of 58 cents. And a second one, open off MX at 10x long entry from 46 cents. Oh, Reggie, man. You don't know when to leave it alone, do you? You don't know when to leave it alone. I mean, it is at an interesting place. For sure. It's kind of like at a place in it of like, obviously we could go, this is Justin's level that he's been watching around this 34 cents. But we have swept the low of that wick, the big one. So, yeah, I'm kind of interested. I'm interested to see what happens with it. Right. I'm just going to shoot to the toilet. Don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. I'll be back in literally 1 minute. I'm going to go to the toilet and then we've got 9 minutes until US Open. Turbo. No, I'll go and look at Turbo next, Wizzo. I'll look at Turbo quick when I'm back from the toilet. Won't be a sec. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Here I am. Right, let's see what's going on. Where are we up to? Now look at Turbo next. Turbo almost bigger market cap than OM. Interesting. All right, Steve-O. How we doing, legend? Great to see you. Thanks for joining. A cabal have control of it now, so we'll be whipsawing around. Oh, really? Let's see. Turbo. I've got it on here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. A cabal have control. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It's insane how high it went, isn't it? Imagine if you would have got in this down here. Oh, it did a 77x. You probably wouldn't have held on to it that long, would you? I know I would have sold on this run up, but I mean, could have easily, you know, you would have bagged yourself like 40x, whatever. Very nice, but I mean, yeah, from where it bottomed out in April, that is mental. I mean, that's not the best daily candle, is it? That kind of, is that a blow off top candle? I don't know. But very interesting for sure. See Trump's retracing that candle, that news pump that it had. I don't really know what the catalyst for this is to it just stop it just inevitably falling forever. I don't know. Has anyone got any opinions on that? What does everyone think the potential catalyst of Trump just not continually falling into single figures? I just can't think of one. Like, what could they do with it? While there's still such a low supply, such a low circulation, and still loads to come. But we have got 6 minutes until US opens, so strap in. We look at Sol. I mean, hang on. Let me change this back to that color. We can change this back to this. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of that. We can change this back into black. I'm getting somewhere with this. There we go. There we go. Right. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with Sol. It kind of started to roll over a lot earlier, didn't it? Like, the momentum stalled. If we look at ETH, that kind of put in its high, didn't it, alongside Bitcoin? Where Sol kind of just topped out early and then never really got back up there and started to roll over. So Sol could take quite the beating by the looks of it, if things don't turn around. If we see a U-turn on Bitcoin, all good. All good. OM shall not win. Reggie, man, you and OM's like the worst love story ever. It would be the worst rom-com. But yeah, do remember as well that you can get 20% off your first month of Stonksy. So we are still running this. 20% off with code BOT20. So come and get your hands on the indicator, access to the Discord, and of course the trading bots. And because it's a monthly rolling plan, you can obviously cancel anytime. But yeah, that's still rolling. So second link in the description to take you to the Stonksy website. And then yeah, click the monthly plan and put BOT20 in at checkout, and you can still get that discount. So yeah, do take advantage of that. It would be great to see you over there for who's not in. And I don't know how many people are maybe not in Stonksy. So anyone who isn't in the isn't on Stonksy, let me know in the chat. I'm interested to see. Maybe we've got some people lurking in the shadows. Anyone lurking in the shadows that still hasn't tried Stonksy out, let me know. Or if you're too shy, just come and sign up and then say hello in the Discord, even better. Loki says, I'm not in, to be honest, mate. Oh, well, Loki, you've been a long-time viewer of the streams, haven't you? You've been in the streams for a while. It'd be great to see you over, mate. It would be great to see you over. Anyone else? Always appreciate you coming to the streams, though, Loki. Big up Loki and anyone else that comes to the streams every day. That's fine, mate. That's fine. Well, if you ever want to join and come and try out the bot, or just join so you can say hello to me every morning in the Discord, I know you'd love that. We have got 1 minute until Bitcoin opens. Until the US stock market opens, Bitcoin opens. It doesn't. I don't think we got a downside yesterday, didn't we? When it was open. Yeah. Are we going to get downside today? Either way, Stonksy's still on the right call, so that's all good. There we go. We're open. Well, the stock market is open anyway. I don't know if we're going to get much movement on Bitcoin. I think maybe the market might stall a bit, is what I'm thinking. I don't know whether we're just going to get some selling moving into the FOMC meeting or not. But my thinking is that we might not just get much movement at all while the market is kind of just waiting for FOMC to come and go tomorrow. Might not be the case. Maybe this kind of downtrend that we've started continues. Low time frame downtrend anyway. Maybe that just kind of continues. But yeah, we'll see. Let me know in the chat anyway what you'd like me to cover, or any discussion points. Have we got any discussion points? Let me know. What are we moving on to? I can't remember what I was going to look at. Should we look at... I suppose we could look at the liquidation heat maps before we look at anything else. Yes, 24-hour liquidity suggests... Now, notice on the way up, it showed that liquidity was just always building towards the short side, wasn't it? Because the trend was up. Now that we potentially may have started a low time frame downtrend, you'll notice that the liquidity, even with pushing to the downside, the trend, the liquidity draw is down. But that makes sense because that's kind of where we've held the past few days, isn't it? So naturally, that's where stops is going to be. But on the weekly, yeah, we've obviously got big liquidity above that high. So I'm quite interested to see if it does that. If it kind of, whatever happens, you know, between now and tomorrow and whatever, if at some point maybe we do come back up take out this high, maybe trade into like 98, maybe even 99, and then trade back down. Unless we come for 100 or whatever. That's something I'm interested to see as well. Basically, we don't just want another period of this, do we, where we just kind of chop around for a whole week and don't really do anything. That's not what we want. Head and shoulders on 1 hour. Yeah, suppose. Yeah, if you like your patterns, yeah, I suppose that is kind of a head and shoulders form. And here's you can do pretty much what I would do here is I would use the yearly open as the neckline because that's where price is holding. So I think that's at like 95. Hang on, 93. Let me see. 93,589 is the yearly open. So maybe that could be like your neckline. I think maybe. Would it also be forming one on the daily then? Oops. I suppose it depends on how long this goes sideways, but I suppose you could also argue, yeah, that's obviously forming on the daily too. If it holds here for a few more days as well, then yeah, you could argue, yeah, that is definitely a head and shoulders, couldn't you? Do make sure you dropped a like on the stream. No, we've got some nice viewership, 34 viewers. Big thank you for joining me today. Do make sure you slap a like on it. Let's see how many likes we're up to. Let it update. 17 likes, right? Let's get an active push. Come on. Let's get an active push. Push this above 20 likes, maybe even 25. Got 34 viewers, so there's plenty of people in the stream that haven't liked yet. Please do take a second to like the stream. It'll only take you a second. But it doesn't massively help out the stream. To be honest, we've literally moved hardly anything, have we, on US Open? But I spy a little push up on SPX, yeah. So we're really yet to see anything translate over to Bitcoin. Normally these two have been trading pretty closely, especially on US Open as well. But we're really yet to see any translation over onto Bitcoin for that. But if this starts pushing up today and starts reversing yesterday's downtrend, we could well see Bitcoin maybe garner some strength back towards like 95 or something like that. I think we are kind of relying on the stock market to kind of give us that push back upwards now. I need to end that poll too. Tell you what, for those of you that haven't watched it as well, let's go and see how this video is doing. 60 views. Make sure you come and give this video a like, a watch and a like after the stream. This was a good segment on, I think it was Friday's stream. I think it would have been Friday's, yeah. So do make sure you come and check this out. But yeah, for those of you that haven't yet, you can still get 20% off your first month of Stonksy with Bot20. So the second link in the description will take you to the Stonksy website. Click the monthly button and then, yeah, put Bot20 in at checkout to receive that 20% off. You do get access to everything. So the indicator, the trading bots, and the Discord server. And of course, you can cancel anytime. So if you want, take it as like a 1 month trial kind of thing to get you 20% off, then you can do that. And obviously, there's no contract or ties come the end of that. So yeah, it'd be great to see you over there. Do make sure you come and use it. Yeah, not really any sort of... We've not had any sort of like proper movement or anything, have we? In the first 10 minutes or so. If anything, Bitcoin kind of looks heavy, doesn't it? It's not responded well to the S&P's little push up. So... plenty of time for turnaround now. Plenty of time for turnaround. So let's see. Right, what shall we move over to next? Maybe, actually, tell you what we could do. Coding Crypto Fitness says, how is the bot doing today? Tell you what, mate, before we move on to the next one, let me check if it's in a trade or not. Hang on. It is not in an open trade, mate. Not in an open trade. But yeah, when it is, we'll pull it up and have a look at it live. But yeah, the S&P is pushing back up a bit, so let's go and see. Should we go and have a look? Any news stories? Anything? I think ETH's Spectra upgrade goes live this week, I think. Two futures gaps. There's nothing really going on, is there? There's not really much going on. Here we go. Here we go, though. Are we getting now some translation over on Bitcoin into... We've literally moved like $100, if that, since US Open. But the S&P is providing a bit more excitement. Obviously, we've got the dip down, and it's recovered nicely. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Some movement at last. At last. We're nearly back above 94k now. Ever so nearly. Say with crypto have too much to drink on the bank holiday. Is he still lost on that? He has something on Tuesdays, mate. So he has something on Tuesdays. So the likelihood is we probably won't really see him on a Tuesday. I have Justin on Tuesdays now anyway. We moved Justin from Monday to Tuesday. Obviously, Justin's had to get off a little bit early today, but pretty much Tuesdays will be fine because Justin will be on. So, yeah, that's why he's not on today. But yeah, nice little... So, it's a bit delayed. We've probably delayed it by about 5 minutes or so, but Bitcoin looks like it is starting to follow the S&P's lead a little bit. What's this? What are we getting? A bit of absorption on ETH, but again, nothing. I don't think we've seen anything major, are we? It might just be the fact that we don't get anything too crazy until tomorrow. Maybe we just see the market chop. We have kind of been spoiled, haven't we, recently with big moves? I mean, obviously, this move was just utterly insane. It was great. And then, you know, some decent volatility to the downside and retracing some of it pretty fast. So maybe we've just been spoilt for movement-wise until after FOMC. I don't know. But it's not a bad hourly candle form. It's pretty decent, you know, nice reversal. We just need to see if the S&P can start pushing up, you know, particularly back towards, you know, mid 5,600s today into here maybe. Then we could see some decent relief on Bitcoin now. Potential lower time frame reversal playing out. Yeah, I think so. As long as the S&P behaves itself and gives Bitcoin a bit of a nudge, then we could well see. I mean, the market is holding the yearly open in it. That's here. With this, if you can't see it, with this, I should probably change that to blue, shouldn't I? See it better then. But yeah, the market's holding the yearly open quite well. So, I mean, for as long as it holds that, it's not really in a bad place at all. I'm kind of hoping that we get like a bit of a viral thing going on this. I don't know. It's kind of like an interesting topic. Everyone loves, you know, to talk about Sailor and know about Sailor, don't they? So I'm kind of hoping that this maybe takes off a bit. I don't know. Kind of like catchy, innit? I tell you what, Loki. What are your thoughts on the market, mate? I don't think I've got your perspective in a while. What are your thoughts on the market from here on? What do you think we're gonna see? Let's get some more people in the chat as well. Let me know what you'd like me to cover. Anything. Literally anything. It can be whatever you guys want. Let me know. And we'll have a look. But there is really not much going on today. So what's that? I'm still bullish, but would need to see the weekly SR at 93.4k hold. Yeah, I think, pretty much, which lines up with the yearly open, done it, basically. I think for as long as we hold the yearly open, it's not looking awful. But at the same time, I still wouldn't mind, you know, this drop in to fill in this CME gap would be like the perfect trap. And we could still definitely close the weekly above the yearly open. You could potentially, we could potentially close a daily above the yearly open. Depending on, you know, when it was to rip down here. I really fancy this as a potential, like, play. It's just whatever happens after that. I would imagine if we fill this gap, we then make our way towards filling this gap. And then from then on, it would be kind of right, okay, where are we going from here then? But that's even if, you know, we're obviously counting on a bounce from filling that gap, wouldn't we? Have you mentioned UK government saying they won't have a Bitcoin or crypto reserve? No, I didn't know that they said that. Need Farage in. He said he wanted 0% gains. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that. It doesn't really surprise me that the current UK government come out saying that. Farage. I believe I remember seeing that is like a fan of crypto. I mean, 0% tax would kind of revitalize, wouldn't it? The dying UK crypto industry. Kind of like no one wants to really do anything in the UK crypto-wise because of the outlook on it. Dave, would you take a look at a coin I've been mining for over 2 years? SCP? Says Steve-O. Let's see. I'd do anything for you, Steve-O. Is this it? Scrime? I'm guessing this is it. Only on CoinEx. Oh, blimey. That's had a big move, hasn't it? So is this it or not? Let me know if this is it first. Nope, not that. So where is it then? Is it on Dex Tools? How'd you pull it up? What's it called? What's the name of it, Steve-O? It's on one exchange and just moved to Solana. What's the name of it? Let me know. Let me know the actual name of it, and then I can probably pull it up, yeah. Until then. Is it this? Maybe Script Network? Oh, no, you said S... What was the ticker? SCP. You've been manning it for 2 years. That's it. That's what I had. This is it. SSC Prime. CoinEx. This is it. This is the one I originally pulled up. Had a really big run, like, didn't it? Had a really big run. Yeah, I mean, that's, if you was buying anywhere around the lows, then that's, you know, a nice little nearly 3x return, or over a 2x anyway. So not bad at all. Oh, Bitcoin is flirting with really breaking down now, isn't it? Looks like, oh yeah. The S&P's completely U-turned and looks like it might be heading down. Bitcoin is doing the same. And my camera zoomed in on my face again. Of course it has. Oh, yeah. Nasty breakdown by Bitcoin there. We're not really that far away from that 91k level now, are we? Which this should be like a real liquidity grab if we go and have a look. Whether it continues on down from here or not is obviously a different. Oh, hang on. Let me fix this camera. Hang on. We're nearly fixed. Virtual background. There we go. Boom. Right. Yeah, we're not far at all from going down into that CME gap now, which looks like it's been accelerated by the S&P falling off quite fiercely. But I think that's when we was looking at so the 1 week heat map, the hotspot was kind of down into like 93k, like bang on. That's where the hotspot was showing anyway. So we're yet to take that out. That's down here, isn't it? Interesting. What does it do then, Steve-O? Where have you been mining it for 2 years? Where have you been mining it for 2 years? And what's the return been like on it? Let me know. I'm interested to find out what you've been doing with that. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is kind of just feeling... We've obviously had this, this real solid fall down, haven't we, on the S&P? Which has been applying the heat to Bitcoin. But we did come and sweep the Monday low, which was here. So we've swept that, the Monday low. So we've had kind of like a full clearance of liquidity built up between yesterday's lows. So obviously this low here, and then, anyone long in the kind of close retest of it here. So, any stops residing directly below these wicks and have been cleared out now. But I would kind of want to see, some low time frame positive action. If you go to the 5 minute. What have we had? Yeah, not much. I'd kind of want to see, I'd want to see like a green background on the 5 minute. It'd be awesome with a green arrow soon after. Gone down because of some tariffs. I don't know. Have we had some news? I don't know, mate. I think, well, to me, I would just say it's come down and just took out, any stops residing below these wicks from yesterday. It swept the Monday low, which is here. It's took out obviously anything below this wick as well. That was residing below there. So I would just say it just looks like a standard run of liquidity to me. But it was definitely brought on by this drop on the S&P. That's really kind of the risk for Bitcoin here. Is if this just goes full just pelt mode downwards. If this just goes full nosedive, then Bitcoin's going to get a lot of heat and probably not going to be able to withstand it on his own. Unless Sailor or someone just puts like a big, huge buy wall in here. But I don't know. with how kind of ropey things look, I don't know whether we mark a low here or, I mean, ideally, the best case scenario is we go and take out that daily wick and then fill the CME gap and then come and bounce back. I think EU came out and said we have 100 billion tariffs ready if talks fail with the US over a deal. Yeah, I think even like companies like Gymshark and stuff have been laying people off, haven't they? What was I going to look at then? I was going to pull something up. It was on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, that was it. Hang on. Yeah, wait 1 second. I'm going to pull something up for us to look at. Right. Are we on? Is it going to load? Is it going to load? It's not loading. Well, this is a shame. Hang on. There we go, Ron. Right, Ron. Let me pull it up. So, for those of you that don't already follow subscribe to the CSE newsletter. This is a free newsletter that gets put out every week. And myself and Spud put it together. But yeah, I do pretty much just the TA side of things. So Bitcoin back on the bull. So this is what we was looking at here. So I was looking at this this wick here for just like a full run of liquidity. Obviously, just clear out all these wicks that were built up. Obviously, Stonksy caught a great push up, and then the drop down, which has obviously come down even more now. ETH again, clear low time frame support, resistance, and then we've got KSR to the downside, and then macro SR to the upside. The S&P could we come and put in another higher low. Again, that would apply some real pressure on Bitcoin and maybe take it down into the 80s again. I don't know. But we do have clear overhead supply in there. And then, yeah, obviously we've got the interest rate decision. So, yeah, do make sure you subscribe to this. I think it's on the website to subscribe to it. But, yeah, I put together the TA for it every week. So it's a great little read to start the week off. Goes out every Tuesday. Oh, there we go. Look at that on Bitcoin. And that's not even with really the S&P's help that much. Bitcoin seems to be going on its own. So, yeah, this kind of just looks like if it holds, and carries on this momentum, we've just ran the Monday low, which is just a liquidity source, isn't it? And then and long Bitcoin next with Monday's low. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Monday low sweep. We could really full pelt this to the upside now. Now it's switching to Solana, good/bad. That coin you was on about. Are we going to see a recharge on Bitcoin? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. Bloody hell, this is key news. So tomorrow, I will be going live at the usual time for obviously the normal stream in the day. But then I'll also be streaming FOMC live. So that is 8 o'clock UK time tomorrow night. But I'll probably come on. I'll probably come on about 7:45. Probably about 7:45 to get ready for it. And then obviously we'll have the rate decision at 8. And then we'll stay on for the press conference, which will be from 8:30 till about 9 o'clock. So, yeah. We will make sure you come and join me for that stream. It'd be great to have you on. But yeah, we'll be reacting to, you know, the Fed interest rate decision, and then waiting for the press conference to listen to Powell's comments, and then the Q&A afterwards. So that should be great. Yeah, mark your calendars. But I'll be live usual time tomorrow through the day anyway, and then live for FOMC. But yeah, that's all from me today. Big thank you to everyone who's joined, and yeah, thank you for, you know, if you've stayed for the whole stream, big appreciation. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe if you're new, and of course the links are in the description. Go and sign up to BLOFIN, get your non-KYC account, and of course we're still running that offer on Stonksy with Bot20. Grab your first month for Stonksy with 20% off. Come and give it a go, and yeah, there's no ties with the plan at all. Come and yeah, full indicator access, Discord access, and trading bot access. But yeah, I want to kind of this video to blow up on Sailor, so that would be great if we could. If you don't mind giving this a watch and liking, that would be great. But yeah, we'll see where Bitcoin's at when we come on stream tomorrow. Should be interesting. And then, yeah, we'll double stream tomorrow, so should be fun. But yeah, that's all from me. Big thank you for joining, everyone. Do appreciate you massively. And yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.